Witness the mic that is Renegade X. You are now listening to another episode of the Black Nerd Talk. What is good? Welcome back to another episode of the Black Nerd Talk, where I, your Black Nerd Renegade X, talk about things gaming-wise and nerd stuff and etc. For this episode, I will be talking about two things. All of the information we have so far about Dynasty Warriors Origins, and the little bit of news of the Xenoverse 2 DLC that's gonna come out. So without further ado, let's get it started. Alright, so the protagonist is someone named Zulian. I don't know if I said the name right, I apologize. You can name him any name you want, and apparently this character has suffered a traumatic event, and he has amnesia. My honest opinion about the main protagonist in Dynasty Warriors Origins is he looks like a generic femboy. No disrespect to Tomohiko's show, but the current look of that protagonist I do not like. Hopefully the aging system affects that character so he'll look more masculine and have facial hair or something. And this was a thought I've had. I feel like Zulian is Tomohiko Show's character, and we are just playing his original character in the game and going through everything, instead of giving us the option to make our own original character so we can go through that story with our character. That's just how I feel, and it's just a thought. Because from how this game is looking, which is real good by the way, you got duels coming back from Dynasty Warriors 4, got a dark and serious tone with the realistic graphics. This could have been the perfect game with character creation. It's like the character creation that's icing on the cake, but instead we're getting the fondant icing, if you know what I mean. But it is what it is. All we can do is hope we get a Dynasty Warriors Origins Empires or something. The story of Dynasty Warriors Origins is gonna end at Cherby. So it's gonna begin before the Yellow Turban Rising, when you meet Guan Yu and stuff and Zhang Jiao. Then it's gonna end at the Battle of Cherby between Zhao Zhao's naval fleet and the coalition forces, which is Sun Quan and Liu Bei's army. So the weapons I have seen so far that you can use and that I've seen you can use. I'm gonna talk about that before I talk about the weapons that the generics use. You can use the Podeo, Zahudon's weapon, Chakrams, Sunshine Zhang's weapon, the Staff, Zhou Yu's weapon, the Crescent Blade, Guan Yu's weapon, Zhang Fei's spear, the regular spear, which is used by Zhou Yu and Ma Chao. You got the Jian sword, has animation similar to Zhu Shu's hooking sword. And then there's other characters that use the Jian as well. You have the Twin Axis, which is used by Zhang Liao. the gauntlets, which will be used by Hongai, Sunsei, and I don't know what other characters do have used it, but yeah. Those are the weapons that I've seen so far. Now there are most likely going to be more weapons that you can use that I have missed and they have not revealed yet. Now as for the generics, they're better than they ever been. They're tougher to fight. They have more of a unique design. Because I've seen some generics and unique NPCs were completely different things. And plus, in battle, the generics are bigger, so they stand out more in battle. Now, I've seen some of the generics wear the paladin helmet from the custom characters in Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. It's the little helmet that got the feathers sticking up. I've seen Yuan Ted and Yuan Shang wear like full outfit sets that were in Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires. I've seen one of them wear the full Master Strategist set. I forgot which one was wearing it. And then in a different video I seen a unique NPC wear the non-heavens armor. I think it was the top and bottom. But they had I think they had the helmet too. They had like the long cloth behind it. So that is good right there. I like how their outfits are having different variety. And if they make a Dynasty Warriors Origins Empires, all they can do is just use the clothes that's in Origin and then some from the previous games, so we can put them on our custom characters. The weapons I have seen the generics use are, typical generic stuff. The sword, spear, club, throwing knives. They also use staffs, podeos, and chakrams. Chakrams is such a weird choice in my opinion because the original user of the chakrams is Sun Shang Zhang, and the animations are more feminine. So unless they change up the animations to where the male characters use them, it's just a weird choice. You would think they would have something else like, I don't know, maybe the bow and arrow, but I don't think the bow and arrow is gonna be moveset like it was in Dynasty Warriors 8. Jia Shu is going to be using the chakrams in Dynasty Warriors Origins, and that is a very weird choice of weapon for him to have. You would think he would have a sword or something, like the Podeo or the Jian sword. But hey, it is what it is. And before I move on to the next topic, the club moveset, by the way, has gotten better. The characters slam it on the ground and it creates shockwaves. Thank goodness the club moveset got better. Even though we're not going to be using it, but it's good to see that it got better. Cause for the longest time, Koei Tecmo could not make that moveset any good. I don't know what it is. For some reason, when it comes to clubs and hammers, they stink at making the moveset. The characters just spinning in circles instead of hitting that joke on the ground and creating these shockwaves and stuff. That's how a club moveset's supposed to be. That's how a giant hammer moveset is supposed to be. So congratulations on buffing the club moveset. Right on to the next topic. Characters who got a glow up in Dynasty Warriors Origins. Zhang He has changed. He is no longer this goofy, effeminate man who talks about beauty all the time. He looks more masculine and acts more masculine now. Now sadly he lost his claws and has a spear, but it is what it is. And his outfit is less effeminate too. Thank goodness, because Zhang He needed that for a minute. Because he's always been, looks effeminate and stuff even with the outfit, but when 6 came out, and then after that he's just been straight goofy. Another character that got a glow up, and I'm so glad he did. Dong Suo. This man is intimidating again. He looks 100 times better than he ever has since Dynasty Warriors 6. Cause when 6 came out, and after that he's just been grossified. It made him comedic relief. He is no longer shaped like a meatball. He's still big, but he isn't built like a beach ball anymore. Thank goodness. The man looks like he is ready to pimp slap somebody. Good job on the redesign. Good job. Alright, so let me tell y'all the other characters that have made an appearance in Dynasty Warriors Origins. Zhu Chu unfortunately still looks the same. He still looks like a human version of Fat Boo from Dragon Ball Z. Well, it is what it is. I would hoping they would redesign him to make him look more serious. But we'll see how it is when he acts more serious, I guess. Zenji has throwing knobs now instead of her flute. But I missed the flute. That was a very powerful weapon. Lu Meng, Lu Su, Gao Ning, Sun Ce, Zhou Yu, Diao Chan, Zhao Yun, and Sun Quan. So those are the characters I've seen in these screenshots and videos. Now I want to say something about Diao Chan. Since everybody's gonna be more serious and stuff, I hope they explore more of her dark side. Cause in 7 and 8, she's been portrayed as a goody two-shoes. Like too much smiling and everything like that. Like, what I want is, let me see if I can think of a good example here. If you play Soul Calibur and you are familiar with Terra, basically it's just a Soul Calibur version of Harley Quinn, except their mentality is insane in the membrane. But she has 2 different sides. So she has the little happy side, and then she has the gloomy side, which is this sadistic, wanna kill and etc. What I want for them to do is show that, happy side and all that stuff with the old child is with Nabu. And when she's not around Nabu, she shows this dark side. Cause we already know the reason that she, quotations, loves Nabu is in order to get Dong Zhuo assassinated. Cause because it's a scheme that her and her father made. If she were to have been playable and had either gotten her whip back or her other weapon, the little maces or whatever, if she would have gotten the whip and had like a little mode to where you can switch between the little happy side and the darker side, that would be some crazy gameplay, because the happy side, would just been her dancing, all the other stuff. But when she switched to that darker side, straight up turns into Ivy from Soul Calibur. I'm talking enough amount I can't say it on here, because y'all know how some of these social media platforms are talking about, this is against our community guidelines, you can't say something like that. So, I'll just say this. If you are familiar with Ivy from Soul Calibur, that's all I can say. I'm glad that Dynasty Warriors Origins is taking this direction with the dark and serious tone, the realistic graphics, because I felt like the latest installments, the characters have not been serious like they used to be in the older games. I'm telling you, when Dynasty Warriors 6 came out, things just changed beyond that point. And I'm not saying I don't like funny stuff or anything like that. It's just I believe that there's a time and a place. And Dynasty Warriors Origins, with this new direction, it's a breath of fresh air. Cause Dynasty Warriors, it's been getting too anime and a little bit too comedic. I mean, look at how Yuan Shao acted. Look how he acts in 7 and 8. The man acts like a comedic aristocrat. But it's the same guy that led the anti-Dong's War Army, was this massive threat in the Battle of Guandu against Cao Cao. In Dynasty Warriors, like 3, 4, and 5, he wasn't like comedic like that. He had his, the nobility, this base is a Yuan victory, stuff like that. But it wasn't so bloated and stuff like it was in the latest installments. And I do not like the fact that they keep adding these anime-looking characters in Dynasty Warriors. The Guan Yu kids, Guan Xing, Guan Shou, and Guan Yunping. Zuran, it's another anime character, Don't Buy. The fangirls from Wu. Man Chung, he looks anime as I don't know what. Like, I don't mind the characters fighting in a flashy anime style. For example, if Zotab would have been playable in Dynasty Warriors Origins, but he fights using like these Virgil slashes from Devil May Cry. I ain't got no issue with that. I welcome that in. But if they would have remade Zotab to look like some teenage anime character from Shonen Jump, I would have had an issue. Or if they would have turned one of my favorite characters to look like a femboy, I would have had an issue. Because I don't like that. I don't. Because if you looked at my officer replacement videos or original character videos, you noticed all of the characters, they have a down-to-earth, serious design to them. Cause some of them have, a majority of them at least have, angry expressions on their face. Cause they're serious, and the designs, they look grounded, down to earth, something that they would wear around their top. Especially the opposite replacements and the character, I wouldn't say revamps, but redesigns that I did for the Guan Yu children. Zhang Bao, Zhu Ran, Zhang He, Zhu Chu, and etc. Alright, let me move on to this last topic for Dynasty Warriors Origins. Last but not least is Lu Bu is a menace again. This man is creating shockwaves, creating Getsuga Tenshos, and he has his famous choke slam again. He grabs you by the neck instead of the head, which I found it weird that he will grab you by the head in Dynasty Warriors 7 and 8. So they got that right in Origins. He also uses archery because Lu Bu historically is a good archer. And it is so good to see him use archery in his attacks. I wish we could use Lu Bu in Dynasty Warriors Origins. Because if we can, I'm going to be going to town with him in that game. I'm about to be bodying everybody getting this halberd work. Ooh-wee. Cause the Dynasty Warriors 9, they did him dirty. His moveset in 9 isn't even the strongest. And they tell you to pursue Lu Bu in Dynasty Warriors 9. I said, oh, how far did the Flying General fall, y'all? They did him so wrong in Dynasty Warriors 9. Lu Bu is going to be a challenge yet again. Now let us see, can we provide him that decent challenge? Cause I know I'm going to fight him. And I know what I'm going to say too when that moment comes. You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, about to make a name for myself here. But alright, that's gonna do it for the Dynasty Warriors Origin section of the podcast. So let me move on to this next topic. So the Xenoverse 2 Future DLC Pack 2 had been announced recently. From the looks of it, we are getting Ultra Supervillain Jiren, and probably getting Belmont too. My honest thoughts is, I hope that Ultra Supervillain Jiren will be strong, because Xenoverse 2 has a bad habit of making the stronger forms weaker than the weaker forms. Zamasu does decent damage on everything. Rose Goku Black, the regular one, does decent damage on everything. Ultra Super Villain Rose Goku Black, basic attack is weak. It just seems like everything is just weaker about that variation when he's supposed to be stronger. Fuse Zamasu seem like his hits are weak. His Ki Blast damage is good though. His basic attack damage is pitiful, to be honest. Then he's lacking in some things too, and then he has 6 bars of stamina. Potential Awakened Piccolo. Man is a beast, is a monster, does good damage. He's got speed, power. Orange Piccolo, 6 bars of stamina. 6 or 7 maybe, depending on the level. His back hit is not that good. Has short range. And this is supposed to be the strongest form of Piccolo. Xenoverse 2. Bando Namco, y'all have got to quit doing that to the characters, man. Like really. When a character goes into a stronger form, the form and damage output is supposed to be stronger, not weaker. What bass backwards logic is that? To be honest, people is really not gonna be paying attention to Xenoverse 2 like that. When Sparking Zero comes out, they ain't really gonna be thinking about that game. There's still people that'll play it, don't get me wrong. But hey, it's all about that Sparking Zero when it comes out. That's how it's gonna be. I said to my friends, if Sparking Zero would have gotten character creation, Xenoverse 2 would have died. Like, I'ma just be straight up honest with you guys. I'm glad Sparking Zero doesn't have original character creation. Let Xenoverse be its unique thing, even though base Xenoverse needs a lot of work. Oh, I can't wait to get a game in PC one day to mod Xenoverse 2. Ooh, that's gonna be so good. But that's all I gotta talk about with Xenoverse 2. Thank you for listening to the gaming podcast. Be sure to check out my other socials in the description and or comment section below. Thank you for watching / listening. You have a blessed one. Take care. And I'll see y'all next time.